Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through a code of conduct for the channel. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to try and keep this pretty simple and straightforward. I am going to lay out the rule you need to follow if you want to post comments on Rahdo runs through. It's a very simple rule. Actually, when I started out doing some research on codes of conduct, I found so many great ones on forums and conventions. In fact, Shut Up and Sit Down has an excellent one for their Shucks convention. And I thought, okay, I could do one of these really long, elaborate things talking about all these particular do's and don'ts. But, the more I thought about it, it really does break down into, for me, a very simple directive. And I'm going to read it verbatim now because it's down in the show notes of this video. And it is this: rude, dismissive, or diminishing comments are not allowed and will be removed. If you cannot treat everyone with kindness and respect, this is not the place for you. It's as simple as that. And I mean, rude, dismissive, diminishing, those are doing a lot of heavy lifting because that's a very broad remit. But, it is all about just trying to treat each other with respect and kindness. My comment channel, I tend to think of it as almost kind of like my backyard. And hey, I've opened the door and I'm having a party and all the neighbors can come over. And if there's some neighbor who comes over and everybody's having a great time, but they want to say, well, your hair is stupid, or that's really dumb, or whatever, it's like, that's just going to be a poison pill for the party. And if you were doing that in real life, in my backyard, I would show you the door. And so, if you're going to be doing that here in my comment channel, I'm going to show you the door. And, rudeness and diminishing and being dismissive of others, it's all about interpersonal connections, communications between two people, but it's also about broader topics as well. Being dismissive of an entire movement. I don't have time for that anymore. That will not find purchase. If you want to be all lives mattering, or if you want to be, there are only two genders. If that's what you've come here to talk about, you'll have to find someplace else to talk about that, because I will not let my platform be a conduit for those kinds of ideas. There's big social issues like that. There's simple game related stuff too. Just because you're a gamer who has been playing for 20 years and you know everything doesn't mean you should be rude to somebody who's new and asking a really simple question that maybe you've heard 1,000 times before. If you decide to be dismissive or tell them to go check an FAQ or do a bit of research, if you are going to be dismissive or diminishing of them because of their thoughts, because of their ideas, and very importantly, because of who they are, you're the one I don't want on the channel, and you will be shown the door. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, especially if you have a YouTube channel like me, I've actually been experimenting for the last month or so, and I've been so happy with the results. Let me go on ahead and pull up my browser. There we go. And here's some behind the scenes stuff. If you run a YouTube channel like me, you can go into settings, and then you can go into community, and then you can go into defaults, and you can click comments on your channel, hold all comments for review. The default when you create a channel is allow all comments. It's the Wild West. Anybody can say whatever they want. It's the internet. Pew pew. Let's have some fun and just kick the crap out of each other. And that's the way I've had my channel set up for almost a decade now. And I wonder why I get so much drive-by negativity, and I get I get people who I respect telling me, Rahdo, we just don't feel comfortable commenting on your channels because we don't know what kind of heat we're going to get. And I have allowed that to fester no more. Hold all comments for review is the standard. Also, hold potentially inappropriate chats if you're doing a live chat as well. You'll notice I don't even have to save this. I've had this up for a month and it's great. Because what that means is if there is somebody who is going to be dismissive or rude or abusive or diminishing, their comments will not see the light of day ever. Because if you post something like that, well, to you, it looks like, I've got it out there. I've put out my witty bon mot, and I've let the world know I'm sick and tired of whatever, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And great, you got it off your chest. No one sees that except for me, because everything that's posted on my channel now goes into a waiting for review queue. You see it from your perspective. You've gotten you've got your thoughts out there, and hopefully you can go now. That would be great. Every couple of, well, I was going to say every couple of days. No, actually, a couple times a day, 2 or 3 times a day, I just go and check the queue, and it just takes a few minutes. Most of the comments are nice, they're polite, they're positive, they're upbeat, they're affirmative, and it's just a few folks who end up, basically getting the, nope, gonna delete that. It's not gonna happen. You can't come on my channel and call other people stupid or, dismiss their worldview or who they are. You just can't do it anymore. If you want to talk about games, great. If you want to critique games, if you want to critique my channel, great. But you gotta do it the right way. Instead of saying, well, this game is hot garbage, I mean, what's the point of that? I'm not going to let that through. How does that help anybody? That's meaningless. All that's doing is creating more negativity. And if there's one thing I've learned from my 10 years of running a channel, negativity breeds negativity. If I leave something like that up, pretty soon other people will come and try to counter that negativity, and then a fight will break out. I've seen it happen hundreds and hundreds of times. Why am I letting somebody come along and say this game is hot garbage? That's not elevating anything. That's not helping anybody, especially since the person who posted it will just go about their merry way and completely oblivious to the damage they've caused. And and that's just talking about a game. Forget about talking about people. Forget about talking about movements and all of that. So, if I see those, I just click it will never see the live day. And as far as you're concerned, you still, if you're the aggressive poster, it's still out there, but no one will ever see it. And, If you keep coming back and I see, wow, you just won't stop, I can also mark so that even I won't see your stuff anymore. I haven't had to do that yet, but, we'll see how things go. But it's fantastic. Like I said, I've been doing this for a month. And it's great because I feel like I'm more connected to my audience now than I ever have been before. The YouTube comment system is really not very good at all. It is very, very easy for me to miss when people ask questions, especially if it's in an old video and they're replying to some other comment and they have a question and I would totally like to answer that question. That's always been my number one moderation is I just tried to find any questions I could and answer them as best I can. Now, I think my moderation has switched to curation, trying to ensure that I'm creating a better, more welcoming and inclusive community for everyone. No one should feel uncomfortable. So people would ask questions, I wouldn't see them. YouTube's notification system is terrible. Now, I'm seeing questions popping up all over the place, and I'm really getting a chance to have a better back and forth dialogue. And I hope that over time, as more folks see that they can post comfortably on my channel because they won't have to worry about being ridiculed or belittled or, just made to feel other. No more. That is not going to happen anymore on my channel. Now, that said, I've got almost 10 years of comments. I've got hundreds of thousands of comments on my channel. And of course, there's a lot of stuff that I should have cleaned up a long time ago. So if you, as a call to you, the audience, if you see any problem areas, if you just stumble across it when you're watching some old video, by all means, please let me know. It's easy. You can just post to that video knowing that I'm the only one who will see it. So you can comfortably point out problem areas. I will see it, I will take it on board, and I will take steps. Also, for the record, I am not above this code of conduct at all. I do have a tendency to be a bit snarky, to be a bit sarcastic, to be a bit dismissive as well. And that's not fair. Even if you're somebody I very strongly disagree with, it doesn't do any good for me to just, sarcasm or be sardonic towards you. So by all means, point out when I am in breach of my code of conduct as well. I guarantee you it has happened more than once. And talk about leading by example. If I'm being dismissive of other people, how can I expect anything else other than more of the same from my audience, from my community? I want to be better. I want my channel to be better. I want my community to be better. And so this is the way it's going to be going forward. And if this is a bother for you because you're concerned that this infringes on your freedom of speech, let's say, you know what? There are lots of other places you can post about games because you're not in the public square when you're watching this video. You're in my backyard. I've invited you to a party. Please act accordingly. Please treat everybody else I've invited with kindness and respect. Please do not diminish or be dismissive or be rude on any level, even the simplest one, even the tiniest microaggression. Done. It's gone. There is no value to it whatsoever. So that's the deal. Oh wait, you know what? One more thing, folks. I only told you half the story. If you have a YouTube channel, I showed you how to. Let me go back. Windows. There we go. Yeah, I showed you how to change it going forward. What the default is for all your comments. What you also want to do is go to your channel content, select everything, but not just the first 30. Select everything. I've just selected over 5,000 videos, and then go to edit, go to comments, and switch it from allow to all to hold all for review. And then there's an update button you hit. Depending on how many videos you have, it might take a while, but believe me, it is so worth it. I am having fun in my comment section for the first time in years because I'm not constantly walking on eggshells wondering, what do I have to deal with this person now and this person? Life is too short for negativity. My channel is a no negativity zone from now on going forward, and that's my code of conduct, folks. And thanks very much for watching. Have a very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.